for our service this morning, and remember to silence your cell phones. Good morning. Welcome to those in the sanctuary and those joining us at home today. A special welcome to our newcomers today. We're glad to have you here. Thank you for choosing to spend your day with us. Today's message will be shared by Elaine Silver, and our daily word reader is Rhonda Banner. As we light the Christ candle, please join me in our blessing. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in our lives, God, the good, omnipotent.
Well, is this a special? Oh, okay, sorry. The energy's very strange. Okay. Will you please stand and join with us? It's a new month and we have new congregation songs. Our first congregation song is I Am the Thinker. So here we go. We haven't sung this in a long time. Take a nice big breath. Here we go.
I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts, who changes the things that change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts, I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be denied. Changes the things that change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. If you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be denied. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts, who changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
Great. Good job. Very nice. We do have the power to change our lives. And our second song, My Life is in You, Lord. Oh my goodness, it's been a long time since we've sung this, but you'll remember it as soon as we start. Great job. Thank you. Please have a seat.
Please join me as we affirm our vision and mission statements. Together, centered in God, we embrace a world of love, peace, and abundance for all, and to inspire positive change in our spiritual lives and in the world. As we await our new minister, let us affirm her arrival and our blessings. Thank you, God, for divinely leading the right minister for Unity of Roanoke Valley to join us. We know everything needed to enable Reverend Luz and her family's relocation will be divinely provided. With love and unwavering faith, We remain open to give and to receive what is needed and what is to come. And Janice will now introduce our special music.
And Laura, why don't you tell us a little bit how you knew Elaine? How you
Okay.
met her?
Well, Elaine and I actually go way back. We've lost touch with each other a little bit with our busy lives, but she was someone who became a certified passion test facilitator around the same time that I did. And so for 15 years, we actually did an advanced training together, and she was my roomie, and she got to hear me snore. But she is a fabulous musician, and we had her CDs when my kids were growing up, and we used to listen to her CDs all the time. So she brought us a lot of joy throughout the years. So I'm so glad you're here today. Welcome, Elaine.
Great. Thank you, Laura. And Elaine, I'll just tell them a little bit about you from your bio. Reverend Faerie Elaine Silver is a highly acclaimed musician, performing and recording artist with a thriving music ministry. She is a trans-denominational minister, a divinity priestess who has garnered much attention in progressive churches and centers due to her unique method of delivering music-inspired lessons, messages, workshops, and concerts. Also a licensed science of mind practitioner, she shares truth principles and universal law using lecture songs and audience participation, which bring about connectedness and a sense of oneness. She's worked with authors such as Deepak Chopra, Miguel Ruiz, Neil Donald Walsh, Marianne Williamson, and a long list of others. So with great pleasure, we introduce Elaine.
Good morning, everybody. My spiritual family, my newest one, because this is my first time here. I'm really, really, really pleased, and I'm really happy to reconnect with Laura, and she's gorgeous, so beautiful. So this song is titled Only One of Us. I guess I did send the lyrics, but I want to teach you the chorus. There's only 2 lines, but one of them repeats a couple times. So the words are, oh, there it is. There is only one of us, there is only one of us. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust, there is only one of us. And I'll wait till it comes around and we'll do it a couple of times. I'm going to start the song. When I'm using my conscious mind, I am generous and I am kind. When I'm listening to my heart's song, it's easy to remember that we all belong. There is only one of us. There is only one of us. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. There is only one of us. So we'll try it together. There is only one of us. There is only one of us. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. There is only one of us. We're going to do it again. You're just starting to get it. One more time. There is only one of us. Let me hear ya. There is only one of us. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. There is only one of us. Well, we know we're living in the heart of God. We're breathing with each other to the Spirit's nod. When we know that life is by means of us, we're shining and sparkling as a sweet star does. There is only, you got it. There is only one of us. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. There is only one of us. Namaste from me, namaste to you. I see my light when I look at you. Namaste from you, namaste to me. You're seeing your own light when you're looking at me. There is only one of us. There is only one of us. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. There is only one more time.
Oh, good morning. Thank you, Elaine. What a beautiful voice, how angelic, and what beautiful words. Yes, there is only one of us. So today's word is prosperity. Practicing gratitude deepens my experience of prosperity. My life may be full of blessings, my family and friends, my home, my memories and experiences, but it can be easy to take it for granted if I focus more on what I'm missing rather than what I actually have. Being thankful, expressing my gratitude for my good opens my heart, but it also opens my eyes to the many ways I am prosperous. I count my blessings, pausing to give thanks for each one. The more often I do this, the more feelings of gratitude fill my heart, crowding out constricting feelings of scarcity, fear, or envy. From the serenity I feel in my heart to the peace that calms my mind, I am prosperous. As I greet each day with a prayer of thanks, my blessings abound. And from Psalms 36:8, they feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delights.
At this time, I invite the prayer chaplains serving today to come forward for the healing prayer. Our prayer chaplains are available for 20 minutes after the service for one-on-one prayer for you or for another in the prayer chapel, which is the room to my immediate right. Another member of the spiritual care team is seated in the back of the sanctuary now, serving as keeper of the flame. This person sits in a meditative state throughout the service, holding sacred space of love and peace for our spiritual community and beyond. If you have a prayer request that you would like to leave in the prayer box, there are request forms available by the prayer box in the foyer or in the seat pockets in front of you. Prayer requests can be left in either the prayer box up front or the one in the foyer. All requests are sent to the spiritual care team to be held in prayer and are sent to Silent Unity to be held there in prayer for the next 30 days.
As we enter into this time of prayer, take a moment to ground yourself in this time and place. And then focus in on that heart center, breathing in and breathing out, the one presence, the one power. And as you feel that presence and power, know that that is something we can affirm for each of those who have left their prayers in the prayer boxes, for each of those in our community who have needs that have not been stated in these prayer boxes. As we focus again on that one presence, that one power, we know we can affirm that truth, that flowing through us is every abundance, connecting each and every one of us, making sure each and every one of us is holding the highest truth for ourselves, for those in our community, and especially for those in need who are having trouble to focus in on that presence and that power at the time. We say, thank you, God, knowing that there is only one of us. And we say, and so it is, and amen.
And will lead us in a time of meditation.
Okay, so if everybody can get comfortable in their seats. It works if you uncross your arms and legs and put your feet on the floor. If you're not comfortable with that, that's okay. We're going to get into the space of being surrounded by the presence and the power of the one, of all that is. There is only one power and presence. When we can be surrounded by that and be aware and conscious of that. And then not just being surrounded, but being embodied by it. Surrounding could be inside, too. presence of God surrounds me throughout the day and night. I am surrounded by the presence of Spirit coming through. I am surrounded by the presence of the Spirit of the angels too. We are all surrounded by the presence of Spirit coming through. As I was driving over here this morning, driving east on, I think, Route 40, I looked up, straight up, and there was a most beautiful, almost full moon. The waning harvest moon. And it just put me into that place of being surrounded by the presence and the power. And I was unifying with that in my mind. And then my eye was caught by my rear view mirror, and I saw a beautiful orange sunrise. And it was as if I were being gifted through that awareness. I was just so happy and uplifted. And I'm going to recommend that. If we can put ourselves in the place of being surrounded and embodied by Spirit, by Source, higher power, infinite wisdom, joy, love, light, peace, then we have the backing of the entire universe. We are surrounded by the presence of Spirit coming through. We are all surrounded by the presence of the Spirit of the angels too. We are all surrounded by the presence of Spirit coming through. For God is all there is. God is everywhere, expressing as everything. I feel God's presence now. We are surrounded by the presence of Spirit coming through. We are surrounded by the presence of the Spirit of the angels too. We are all surrounded and embodied. We are all surrounded. We are surrounded. Take a nice deep breath through your nose. And as you exhale that energy, let it go down and out through the bottoms of your toes, and you can start to come back to the room. Take another nice deep healing breath. And you can open your eyes if you closed them. And so the topic today is daily word through song. And I live in Sarasota, Florida, and I attend Unity. I sing at the Unity in Sarasota a lot, and I've been there many times since the 90s. And for a long time on Wednesday nights, they would have some kind of a meditation or a sing-along or even a kirtan. And so during the time, well, we had a new minister, Reverend Susie Shadle. And when she came, she also was a musician. So she changed the Wednesdays and she called it Music and Inspiration. And there was a lot of music, but the whole evening, it was only 45 minutes to an hour. It was all around whatever the daily word was for that day. Now, I know it's prosperity today, and I love that idea of prosperity and gratitude go hand in hand, you know, because when we're grateful, that's the law of attraction, you know, what we focus on, we get more of, whether we like it or not. So focus on that, gratitude and prosperity. And it doesn't just mean money, you know, it could also mean just your way of life. So I digress, but so surrounded, that was one of the daily words. But the thing is, I would have to come up with 4 songs on the Wednesdays when I did this. And then COVID hit. And when COVID hit, I mean, they were already set up like we are here with the cameras and the sound system. And so we could still have the Wednesday night music and inspiration, but there were only the same 10 people were allowed in the building for over a year. You know, whoever was the musicians, whoever was the ministers, and people running the sound and the cameras, and that was it. And so as a result of that, I was there 2, 3, 4 times a month. And I had to come up with 4 songs every time for whatever the daily word was. So yeah, the surrounded one was one. And so I want to just read you this one, the first song in the program, which is called Protected. And is that up there yet? Okay. So here's the affirmation. Can you say it with me? I feel protected by the presence of God expressing through others. Let's say it again. I feel protected by the presence of God expressing through others. Remember, there's only one of us. So, and if we're all one with God, then there you go. You got God right there, everywhere you look. So the daily word said, challenging or lonely times might leave me struggling to feel the presence of God. In moments when I find myself besieged with fear or anxiety, I help myself by calling upon the power of my faith. With faith, I love this, I quicken my belief that the presence of God is within me and all people. I pay close attention to signs of the divine in the world, such as people helping others through service and generosity. I am grateful for those times when someone came to my aid, lots of times. And I feel safe knowing God is within all loving impulses towards service and help. I see evidence of the divine when I look into others. I remember that the kingdom of God is all around me, and I feel protected. So what I want to do for you now, if you were listening to those words, I'm surrounded, you know, songs aren't sacred. My songs is like, if I want to take the same words and put it to another melody, I can do that, because I say so. So you may recognize these words if you were listening. If you weren't, that's okay. So it's called Protected, and it's kind of like a metaphysical Buddy Holly song. I am protected by the presence of the Spirit coming through as you. I am protected by the presence of the Spirit of the angels too. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me too. The power of God protects me as the presence of God watches over me. I quicken my belief with the faith of God as the presence watches over me. I am stricken with relief as I witness joy coming through your heart as me, standing in appreciation as I feel the hand of God in mine, commanding as a co-creation, 'cause I know that it is all divine. For God is all there is. God is everywhere, expressing as everything. I am protected by the presence of the Spirit coming through as you. I am protected by the presence of the Spirit of the angels too. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me too. The power of God protects me as the presence of God watches over me. As the presence of God watches over me. And so it is. All right, yeah. So because it's all about the daily word. Oh, and I wrote so many songs during COVID because I had time to, and I couldn't make any plans to go places. I just had all this time. And as soon as COVID started, my husband took my bicycle down to the bike repair shop, and I used to ride it constantly. I would take it with me on the road, but I rode it maybe 5 times in the last 20 years up to the end. And so we took it early because after a few weeks of COVID, you couldn't get an appointment to bring your bike in. Anybody remember that? So my husband was very smart to take it in early because I couldn't go to the YMCA. They closed. I couldn't do aerobics and Pilates. So I wrote so many songs on that bike, and swimming too. We have a pool, so it's just because I'm by myself. But it was interesting to me because it was great. I mean, I have a lot of empathy for people that were sick or lost someone, but we have to live. You know, we have to live our lives, and you know, it's our job really to be joyful. So I was on that bike, no mask, you know, I'm outside. Good morning, good morning. So it was fun. Here's that crazy lady on the bike. Oh, what a cute dog, you know. It's fun. I like being a character. So I want to talk about Martha Smock. Martha was the editor of the Daily Word. There she is. She's a beautiful lady. She was the editor for over 35 years. She was born in Kansas City, Missouri, and her interest began at a very early age. Her mother was a close friend of the founders of Unity, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. And Mrs. Smock attended classes taught by Charles Fillmore, and after her college years, she was invited to join the staff of Unity School as a letter writer in Silent Unity. Mrs. Smock subsequently served as an instructor in the letter writing department. How many people have ever gotten a letter from Silent Unity? Yeah, me too. So she served as a letter writer, and in 1944, she was named editor of the Daily Word magazine, first published in 1924. And she was also the author of 3 books on healing because she was healed of cancer. The Daily Word's format consists of brief daily meditations and monthly articles on various spiritual topics. Its subscribers are from all walks of life and range in age, from early teens to octogenarians, maybe even older now, because people are living longer. Mrs. Smock believed the magazine's language, which is simple and direct and non-denominational, contributes to its success. She described Daily Word as, quote, a magazine of today. And due to our close association with Silent Unity, we are aware of the needs being expressed through prayer requests and correspondence. We endeavor to meet these needs through Daily Word messages. And she continues, many, many readers continue to comment on how remarkable it is that each message seems to be speaking directly to their special situation. And she says, Daily Word is what it was intended. Daily Word is what it was intended to be in the beginning. It serves as a daily reminder that nothing is hopeless or impossible, and reaffirms that we are spiritual beings who can meet any situation happily, effectively, and constructively. So I actually have about 3 different programs of Daily Word through music because there's so many songs. So the next Daily Word was the light of God. Is it up there? Yes. So let's do that affirmation. It's I am the light of God expressing. Yeah. So this song is old. It says 2003, but it's still good. I still like it. And I was visiting a friend one time, and her name was Bonnie at the time. She changed it, but it was Bonnie then. And every time I got with Bonnie, she was always, oh, everything's so wonderful. Oh. And it was always like that with her. And I met her at Unity of Tampa, actually. And I was on my way up to Gainesville to sing at Unity there. And I stopped at her house and had a visit. And she was, first time I ever saw her in a snit. And she was in a snit because she ate sugar. Okay. So, okay. And she's like going on, and then she's like stops, and she became aware. And she says, but I know that I am the light of the living God. And I'm like, yeah, you are. But I had never heard it expressed exactly. I am the light of the living God. So I left, and I continued to drive, and this song came, The Light of the Living God. I am the light of the living God. Spirit moves through me. You are the light of the living God, and joy is our destiny. I am the love of a giving God. Spirit moves through me. You are the love of a giving God. Peace is our destiny. I'm traveling through eternity, unraveling in my humanity. The darkest night and the deepest pain bring me back to myself again. I am the light of the living God. Spirit moves through me. You are the light of the living God. Joy is our destiny. I'm traveling through eternity, unraveling in my humanity. The darkest night and the deepest pain bring me back to the light again and again and again and again. We forget, then we remember. We forget, then we remember. We forget, then we remember the truth of who we really are. I am the light of the living God. Spirit moves through me. You are the light of the living God. Joy is our destiny. Peace is our destiny. Love is our ecstasy. Thank you, Bonnie. Let's do the affirmation again. The light of the living, I am the light of the living God. That's what it said right there. Okay. So the next daily word, oh yes, resilience. How important is resilience? I went through a lot of stuff. As a kid, but you know, wherever they put me, I bloomed and blossomed, so I'm so grateful for that. So I used to, maybe I still will, adopt older women as adopted moms. And the first one that I adopted, her name was Elaine Lipka, and she owned a beautiful retreat center in northwestern New Jersey, very close to Easton, Pennsylvania, called Mount Eden Retreat. And we just hit it off. She had the Kindred Spirits Fair every year, and I would go to that, and we just, after the first one, I just didn't leave. I just hung out there, and then I volunteered and got involved. But the point is that we got so close, and, you know, I used to, when I'd be suffering, you know, and I would cry on her shoulder, and, you know, all suffering is because we want it to be other than how it is. That was a good way to have resilience, to realize, oh, okay, well, this is how it is. You know, I'm going to suffer if I keep wanting it different. So she told me that I needed to adapt and adjust. Adapt and adjust. And then a few years later, like 5 years later or something happened between her and her son, and it was horrible. And she was crying. I never saw her cry before. And, you know, I used to make her coffee every morning when I lived at her house in New Jersey in the summers, and she actually moved to Sarasota, so I saw a lot of her. And I would drive her places. Anyway, her son, it was a terrible thing, and she was just sad. So what can you do for somebody? You have to allow them to experience pain and grief. I mean, if you get obsessed with it, that's another thing, but, you know, in the moment. So the next morning, I made her coffee, and she came downstairs, and I gave her a big hug, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she was from the Bronx. I said, "Are you okay?" She goes, "I'm just going to have to adapt and adjust." And she sounded just like that. And I'm thinking, wow, she listens to her own advice. I just thought that was amazing. So then a little while later, that idea came into my head, and for resilience, let's do the affirmation. I am adaptable and resilient. So I came up with the song, Adapt and Adjust. And it goes like this. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance is the key. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance for you and me. God grants me the serenity and courage to make a change. God grants me the wisdom to know when to play that game. Can you sing it with me? Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance is the key. Adapt. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance for you and me. With every beginning there's a brand new end, even if we're losing or gaining a friend. With every beginning there's a brand new end. I accept what Spirit says. Let me hear you. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance is the key. Adapt and adjust, adjust and adapt. Acceptance for you and me. Acceptance is the key. Acceptance is the key. Two more. Acceptance is the key. Last one. Acceptance is the key. All right, let's do the affirmation. I am adaptable and resilient. Yes, I am. They even sent me to the convent. I was a freshman in high school. Not like, why is Elaine acting out? They just took me out of the family. But you know what happened? They had a great music program, and I just bloomed, and I loved the nuns. I used to go downtown with one of them, and you know, I would walk into through Morristown, New Jersey, and I'd be opening the doors, and we'd go get ice cream. I had fun. I loved it. I didn't have to deal with my family for a while. Okay, so our next daily word is breakthrough. And so the affirmation is a breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. Now, you can have a breakthrough like, aha, like some epiphany, you know, and it's like, that could be a breakthrough. But most of the time, did you ever notice? You know, you hit bottom pretty much. You know, you're down, or you don't know what to do. You're confused. You're having a little bit of a breakdown. And then in the confusion, something happens. Someone shows up, some opportunity, some gift, and you get to have a breakthrough. So I wrote this song called Breakthrough. And I think a couple people here know that I used to be married to an oldies DJ. And as a result of that 7-year process, I have somehow embodied doo-wop. There was a breakdown In my expectations with a face frown, I was feeling desperation, looking for that shiny pearl. Then I found my inner world, deep inside and through and through. And as I entered sacred space and feeling centered in this place, there was a breakthrough, revealing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. I got a new point of view. There was a what? There was a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There was a breakdown. Everything went wrong, and with a face frown, I began to write this song, looking for that shiny pearl. Then I found my inner world, deep inside and through and through. And as I entered sacred space and feeling centered in this place, there was a revealing what is true, a sacred breakthrough. Right. I got a new point of view. There was a breakthrough, breaking through and through. There's some confusion, this seeming limitation. It's just an illusion, this sense of separation. We're always changing and growing into more. Life's a rearranging metaphor. It took a shakedown to bring me back to me. This latest breakdown has really set me free, 'cause I found my inner world. I'm a radiating shiny pearl, deep inside and through and through. And as I entered sacred space, I've covered the chords, that's my problem here. And as I entered sacred space and feeling centered in this place, I found a breakthrough, revealing what is true, is sacred. I got a new point of view. I am a, you are too, breaking through and through, breaking through and through, breaking through and through. Thank you so much, everybody. All right, there's two more songs. Next one. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, we missed it. I'll say it for us. A breakdown is often followed by a breakthrough. The next daily word was guidance. Guidance. I follow the guidance of my heart. So a few years ago, the idea of empathy was in the news. And so I thought, I'll write a song about empathy. And it's called Feel Into Your Heart. So I'd like to invite you to put your hand on your heart. Have a little empathy, have a little sympathy, feel into your heart. That's where our divinity reaches through infinity, when we feel into the heart. Now is the time for the changes to be made, right from wherever we are. What we hold in mind brings about in kind, when we feel into the sacred heart. Have a little empathy, have a little sympathy, feel into your heart. That's where our divinity reaches through infinity, when we feel into the heart. The heart knows the way, it's the truth and the light. It's our guiding star deep within. The mind tells us what, the heart gives us why. No better time than now to begin to have a little empathy, have a little sympathy, feel into your heart. That's where our divinity reaches through infinity, when we feel into the heart. When we feel into the heart. When we feel into the sacred heart. And so it is. What do we have? I follow the guidance of my heart. So this song, this is the last one for the program. And the daily word that day was enthusiasm. Yes. Alive, awake, aware, enthusiastic. So I made this song for that. And I did it on the bicycle. And I'm riding a bike, and I'm making up the song on the bike. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. That'll be your part. I'm lifted and that might not be the key, but I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. And, it's about really gratitude, too. Gratitude invokes the law of increase. Really, whatever we focus on, it invokes the universal law of attraction, which is increase. And this is a little kind of like a country song. It goes like this. You can imagine the fiddle here. Gratitude invokes the law of increase. Gratitude brings me inner peace. I'm knowing this truth enthusiastically. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Try that. I'm lifted and I'm feeling like you mean it. Come on. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Joy invokes the law of increase. Focus on the good intent and then release. I am lifted and I'm feeling free. I'm loving my life enthusiastically. Love invokes the law of increase. Loving myself brings me inner peace. I'm knowing this truth enthusiastically. I'm lifted and I'm feeling. What? I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. Willingness invokes the law of increase. Focus on the good intent and then release. I am lifted and I'm feeling free. Living my life enthusiastically. Gratitude invokes the law of increase. Gratitude brings me inner peace. Knowing this truth enthusiastically. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. I'm lifted and I'm feeling. Pretend you're on the bicycle with me. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. One more. I'm lifted and I'm feeling free. All right, good job, everybody. And I think that was good. It came off right at the end of the song. Perfect. So I think we're going to have our offering now. And Laura's going to come back up. Let's have a hand for Laura. Yes.
Thank you, Elaine. Some of those songs took me back to the dancing around the house with my kids. So I got a little teary-eyed for a minute there. After we bless our gifts, the ushers will invite you row by row to come forward and place your gift in the basket and receive an affirmation to bless you this week. Even if you give electronically or this is not your Sunday to share, please come forward and add your energy to the basket by placing your hand over it. We invite our online viewers to check the description box for ways to donate. Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. An affirmation has been chosen for the online viewers. I am one with and now fully flourish in divine life. Together, let's bless our offertory. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I am open to receive. Thank you Father, Mother, God.
And God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. We're going to sing that. That's like this. God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. Can you sing this with me? God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. And again, God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. One more. God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. Let's do that all my needs are met part again. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. We'll take it from the top now. God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. Yes, I am. God is my source. All my needs are met. I am grateful. Let me hear you sing. All my needs. All met. Yes. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. All my needs. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. I'm grateful. You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night singing this song. We're doing it so many times. We are embodying. God is my source. All my needs are met. And I am grateful. I am so thankful. I am so grateful. I have enough to share, enough to spare, enough to spend, and enough to do anything I want. God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. Let's do it again. God is my source. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. All my needs are met, and I am grateful. I am grateful. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. All my needs are met. I am grateful. Let me hear you. I am grateful. I am. I am grateful. And so it is.
I really like that. Thank you. Please join me in affirming our abundance. Unity of Roanoke Valley is abundantly blessed. Creative people are drawn to us. Divine ideas flow through us. Financial resources bless us. And we accomplish mighty works together. Thank you. Our announcements this week: join us Wednesday, October 4th at 7:30 a.m. for an early morning guided labyrinth walk in the lower parking lot. We will have a prayer circle at 10 in the chapel, followed by a mid-morning labyrinth walk at 11, and a simple potluck lunch at noon in the fellowship hall. We hope you will join us for 1, 2, or all 3. This will be the last guided meditation until April, but the labyrinth is always available 24/7, 365. Sign up to bring soup, salad, or bread for our mindful potluck luncheon. Next week, join us after service on the 8th at noon for a meet and greet with Angels of Assisi and a bake sale to benefit them. At 12:30, we will close the door and do some simple stretching and cat fun with cat yoga with Rhonda. If you are considering adopting a forever friend, this is a great opportunity to do so. And now I'd like to invite Rodney Marston to come up and share with us.
Good morning. Well, I'm up here again, so it must be something exciting happening, right? Well, I'm excited to announce today that we're starting the Bring Reverend Luz to Roanoke campaign. So when we were talking about doing this, we were thinking, what would be our theme? So we realized that there's lots of pieces to this puzzle that made this big 11-month journey come to fruition. So like the first piece of the puzzle we had was the ministerial search team. They did Zoom interviews, went over applications, and made recommendations to the board. Second puzzle piece would be the board of directors. You know, they took the recommendation from the ministerial search team and did a second interview and arranged the weekend of the in-person interview so that the congregation would have an opportunity to meet with Reverend Luz in this case. And then the board voted on to go further with this. So that would be the second part of the puzzle. Third part of it was you guys held in consciousness the right and perfect minister was coming to Unity of Roanoke Valley. So I'm excited to say, as we already know this, that we have a senior minister, Reverend Luz LaCour, and her husband, Joe. Hallelujah, right? Wonderful. So the final piece in this is we honestly just need to bring it to Roanoke. You know, they've invested in this area. They've put a contract in on a house in Roanoke, and they're ready to move. Well, we need to bring the money to make it happen. So we're starting the fundraiser today, and we're going to offer it in several different ways this year, or this time, I should say. We're offering, you can have the opportunity to donate cash, or you can use a credit card. If it's not, you know, doesn't work for you, do it right now. And we can also, you can look online for I'm looking here, to get information on how to donate online. So each week we're going to be in the narthex at a table, one of the board members will be, and we'll be able to take donations in any way you want to. There's also envelopes like this that stayed on there from who for the relocation fund. You can put that in the collection plate. But you know, the first thing I'm thinking came to mind for me was that, you know, this is not going to be a problem. This is the exciting part. You know, the hard work's been done. We did the interviews. We've done it all. Now, all you got to do is bring them here. We got to bring the money, and it's not going to be a problem because we've done it before, and I know we'll do it again. So let's get together, and let's just say this is going to happen really quickly, and I know, and we know, that divine order is in place. We just put action steps to that. Thanks very much, and look forward to coming up here saying she's on her way.
Our board of directors representative this week is Chris Camper, and she'll be coming in a few moments with the kids, so feel free to reach out to her with any questions, feedback, or suggestions for the board. If you brought a child to church with you today, we invite you to come meet them in front of the sanctuary. They'll be coming in a minute. And while we're waiting for the children to come in, if you want to turn and greet your, oh, they're coming. Perfect timing.
hello everyone. So let's find out what we did in Sunday school today. And let's see, we'll hear from our first. Here we go. You want to go, Katie or Jenny first? Right?
We learned that we are all unique in a different way.
Wonderful. Yay.
We also learned that we are always very valuable, even if we are super different.
Yay. And Aurora. Oh, there's Aurora.
Hi, today in our class we learned that I am perfect, I am whole, and I am complete just the way that I am.
And then in preschool, we learned a new song. You gonna sing it with me, Jossie? Ready? Come on. It's London Bridge, Janice, if you want. I choose to be a peacemaker, peacemaker, peacemaker. Choose to be a peacemaker. Let's find a better way. Angry words will hurt us all, hurt us all, hurt us all. Angry words can hurt us all. Let's find a better way. Choose to be a peacemaker, peacemaker, peacemaker. Choose to be a peacemaker. Let's find a better way. Great job, Jesse. Yay! So we also have our, the Halloween party is coming up at the end of the month, so Joni and Jane will be reaching out for help with that. So, and it's Happy Birthday Sunday.
It's birthday Sunday. If you have an October birthday, please join us at the front of the room for your blessing.
This is our time to feel the blessings of these beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. We get to live here, well, you do, and just take in that beautiful sunlight, the blue sky, this gorgeous sanctuary, how grateful we are for all the gifts that continue to flow to, through, and as us. It's a blessing to be alive, and I'm so grateful for everything. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.